Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us today. We're in Silicon Valley all week, speaking with some of the best and brightest companies in the area. On our program is Dan Geiger, the VP of Marketing at BroadHop. Dan, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Rich. Good to be here.
Yeah, we're thrilled. So start at the top. Tell me about BroadHop and the company and what you guys do.
BroadHop is the leader in policy management. We've been in the business since 2003. We've seen explosive growth over the past couple years in particular. And we really promote a new vision of policy, which we call Policy 2.0, which drives to new levels of performance, new levels of scalability, and really a new way for telecoms to monetize their services and protect their networks so they can make money off of them.
Now, you speak with a lot of carriers, your customers, right?
Yes.
So I figure you probably have some insight into what they're saying, and I'm curious about the discussions you're having with them.
We have, there's three things that I really hear coming up most. One is everybody's talking about congestion management control. RAN is the most expensive part of a network, and how do you protect that? So that's one very common issue. Another, particularly in the emerging markets we're seeing, is how do we create new services and monetize them rapidly? And it's a hot topic for us. It's an area we have a particular skill set and expertise with our quantum network suite product, as well as the years of working in those markets. And I say the other is about with tier ones who are replacing some of the older policy, I'll call them policy 1.0 systems and that they've had in-house that aren't scaling and working to their current liking.
So is that the biggest difference between 1.0 and 2.0 is the scale?
Scale, I say there's three things really: scale performance, flexibility and time to market with the service, and also the ability to monetize the service. If you get it out quickly, if you can associate it with your charging, your profile management, you can figure out ways to monetize it so that the economics of the whole telecom business is better.
So why is service velocity so important?
Service velocity is key because if we're talking about internet time, if we're talking about service providers really working with customers in ways that they're used to and that they're comfortable with, which is fast services, rapid access to applications, service providers can't take 3 to 6 months to deliver a new service. It doesn't work that way. They need weeks, in some cases days, to do new promotions, new programs, get some exciting and compelling services out there, and that's why velocity is important.
Because things are just changing so fast, and they've got to try a lot of different things.
Things are changing so fast, and the days of being able to do one software load and upload a service or two every 12 or 18 months is 10 years gone.
Now, I've heard before that the U.S. operators are generally slower on rolling out the latest services and dealing with just the ever-changing world of tech and telecom, wireless, whereas Asia is a lot faster. Is that still the case?
We're seeing in emerging markets, we see explosive interest in new services in any way. They're working with customers who have very different economic profiles. They're trying to make an extra dollar off a customer or some number of rupees off of a customer.
So yeah, in India it's brutal, isn't it?
Brutal.
Because the ARPU is so low that you've got to do anything you can, even few cents or
a few cents, or keeping a customer for another month, or whatever you can do to make it compelling, interesting to a customer, and figure out ways to add value so that they'll pay a little bit. But if they're only paying a little bit, you can't take 6 months to roll out a service and $1 million or multi-million rupees.
So final question is, give me some real-world examples of some of your Policy 2.0 customers.
There's some interesting ones. In the Middle East in particular, there's a customer who's using our service or has created a service with us for a prayer time application. It's a Muslim country, and during the 5 or 6 times during the day for namaz or prayer time, they want their services turned off. So they choose, it's an opt-in service, they choose that during those 5 or 6 times during the day that they're doing prayers, they're home, their kids aren't on the networks, their phones aren't ringing, they turn off their services so that they have a little bit of quiet time. That's one interesting, very local application.
Sure.
Very local. Another one is in Africa. We're seeing quite a bit of using data for voice transmission. And so they're selling this voice, there's these data plans, and it's cheaper than voice, right? And so that they're selling the customers are figuring out ways to use data for voice and sort of get around the monetization aspect of voice. So we've developed a service with one of our larger and well-growing African customers who is working on either controlling that voice, that data traffic, or monetizing it in a way so that they do get revenue off of voice over data instead of just losing it in the, the undifferentiated data flow.
Oh, okay.
And then finally, I
just
think
making it with follow me and find me functions, things
no,
like
this
that?
is just standard voice. I mean, if you think about Skype and you think about that Skype is used worldwide to get around voice calls,
sure.
This is a way for that provider to allow them to use a Skype, but also either monetize the Skype, charge them for it, or a way of controlling it so that if there's too many Skype calls going on at one given time, they can tamp them down or tamp down some of that excessive traffic to protect their broader network.
Okay.
So it's a way of managing and a way of monetizing as well. And I'd say the final one that's more tier one oriented is we're seeing fixed convergence happening. So we've had these customers who've had fixed or cable situations with policy management, and now they have mobile, and we're expanding into those situations, and they're even bringing in Wi-Fi to put together full-fledged services for their customers. There's a number of tier ones worldwide who are providing this so that they're not losing customers to other providers who are specialists. And so we're seeing our customers converge their services, the same types of services that they've been doing on fixed lines, onto mobile lines, and even onto Wi-Fi services with access and so forth. So that's happening, and you need a platform that works, that's multi-network, and that's scalable so you can handle that type of traffic and those different types of networks.
That's great. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, good to be here, Rich. Thank you.